You're welcome back again on our series, Activate Your Inner Peace. Today is the day 11th of this series, and I remain your Serenity Coach, Chineye. So on the previous days, we looked at the willpower and the power of concentration as powers that can help us activate our inner peace. Today on this series, we shall be looking at the third power, the third strength we have as human that can help us activate our inner peace. And this on the list will be resilience. We shall be looking at how resilience can help us activate our inner peace and how we can activate our resilience, build our resilience in order to activate inner peace. So resilience have seven core components, or what I call attributes. Resilience have 7 attributes, which I call the 7 C's. These 7 attributes include competence, confidence, connection, character, coping, contribution, and control. You will find these attributes in people who have mastered resilience. So what is resilience really? You might wonder. And I'm sure most of you have heard that resilience is the ability to bounce back. Yes, as much as that is resilience. But how are you able to bounce back when you don't even know the elements that you require to bounce back? This is a question to ponder. And with this, I would quickly introduce these elements to you instead of leaving you just with the fact that resilience is the ability to bounce back. I want you to know that our good friend resilience have 2 parts. And the first part that is important to know is that resilience is the ability to absorb or resist the impact of stressors like trauma, stress, anxiety, what have you. The second part to resilience is the ability to recover quickly from these stressors. So when you know that resilience is the ability to resist stressors, and you also know that it is not enough to resist these stressors, but you need to recover back from these stressors, you are more equipped to know how to build your resilience. So now that we know the 2 parts to resilience, it becomes very easy to activate it using the steps that will be outlined below. The first step here will be to take care of your mind and body by exercising and getting enough sleep. Also by focusing on positive thoughts, because positive thoughts breeds positive neurons, and negative thoughts breeds negative neurons. It is what you've told your mind to do that it would do. So if you constantly feed your mind with positive thoughts, that's what the mind will produce for you. By doing this, you are more able to cope effectively with any challenge that you face in life. The second way of boosting resilience in order to activate your inner peace will be to practice thought awareness. In practicing thought awareness, you need to learn how to pay attention to your thoughts. Listen to how you talk to yourself, how you speak to yourself, especially when things are not going right. If you find yourself always making comments that are personalized or all-encompassing or permanent comments, then you need to correct those thoughts, because nothing in life is fixed. Nothing in life relates only to you, and nothing in life is all-encompassing or entails all, no matter how bad the situation looks. It might just be a situation in the moment, and it will also pass, just like every other thing in this world. So the ability to constantly remind yourself that this situation will pass helps you to build your resilience. To be resilient, you must practice positive thinking always. because resilient people don't let negative thoughts drain them of their efforts and energy. Number 3 way you can build resilience is to practice cognitive reconstruction. Cognitive restructuring. This helps you change the way you think about negative situations and events. You see mistakes or failures as a learning curve instead of seeing it as doom. Every mistake have a power to teach you something new. It have a power to teach you something important. So do not stop searching to find out this important message until you have found it. Try to rise above the unpleasant feelings that the mistake is sending to you or the failure is sending to you, because it is in rising above the traumatic feeling, the traumatic experience that growth occurs. There's always a traumatic feeling that occurs just before growth takes place. And that is why my sister-in-law, who doubles as my tutor, Dimma, would always say, elicit for feed forward. Because every failure has a mistake in it. For every time you fail, you are empowered to do it better, if only you pick the message in that failure and not suck at it. Take note here, she did say feed forward and not feedback, because we believe that feedback takes you backwards, while feed forward moves you forward to your goal. Also make sure that you understand the idea of post-traumatic growth, which is a theory that says that it explains that transformative growth takes place after a person must have undergone a traumatic situation or after you have gone through a trauma. This is why it can be real. It is a real truth to say that what does not kill you will definitely make you stronger. There's a big truth in that saying, because having gone through that experience, which is supposed to be traumatic, you gather some strength and lesson from it to face bigger challenges. You are able to rise in the face of challenges. It is advised to always choose your response in the face of challenge. Remember, we all experience bad days and we would all go through our own share of crisis in life, but we have a choice on how we respond. We can choose to react negatively or panic, but we can also choose to remain calm and logically find a solution to that problem. Your reaction is always up to you. The decision you make on how to react is up to you entirely. Number 4 way of building resilience is to maintain perspective. Avoid blowing things out of proportion. Instead, evaluate that thing through a broader lens, through a wider perspective. Always analyze the different perspective, as there is no one way that it's the only way to any situation in life, no matter how overwhelming the situation or crisis might seem. It might not make much of an impact in the long run if you calmly analyze the situation and choose your response. Try to avoid blowing it out of proportion, no matter what it is. The 5th way of boosting and improving your resilience will be to build your self-confidence. When you believe in yourself, it enables you to take risks in life. This belief in yourself helps you develop a strong sense of self and to gain the strength to keep moving forward and succeed despite the obstacle or the challenge presented to you. Number 6, the 6th way of building resilience would be to build strong relationships. A healthy relationship with family, friends, and colleagues is advised, as it helps boost our confidence. People who have strong connection at work are more resilient to stress, and they are happier in the role they perform. There's also truth when it applies to your personal life. It is also true that if you have a healthy relationship, the more real friends you keep, the more resilient you're going to be, because you have a great and a strong support system, a strong network to fall back on. Remember that you should only make genuine friends, and you need to treat people with compassion and empathy. The last, which is the seventh, would be flexibility. Flexibility is key in whatever we do in life. Focus on being flexible and understand that things change. Life changes. Understand that even the carefully made plan have a tendency to occasionally change, or it might need some sort of amendment or modification, and sometimes might even need to be scrapped entirely. So you learn that nothing in life is fixed, and as such, change is imminent. You cannot avoid change in life. So rigidity kills and stiffens resilience. Your ability to be more flexible, to embrace life and face life and do life, will enable you to be more resilient, and that in itself activates your inner strength. So with this, I leave you for today, and I want you to remember that we have outlined and discussed 3 inner strengths that can help you activate your inner peace. We've discussed the power of concentration, we've discussed willpower and discipline, and today we discussed resilience. Tomorrow we shall be looking at mindfulness. Until I come your way again on this series, I remain your Serenity Coach. Bye.